Hello.
All kinds of technical difficulties tonight. Wow. Nothing's working to our favor. Been kind of a busy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, they didn't hear us anyway.
I told you they didn't hear us because that mic was off.
2 ewes look like they will be having lambs in the next hour or so.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that's what it was. We were trying to show you how dark it was. We didn't have electricity. No, I'm kidding. That was too soon.
To all of our viewers in Texas, we do apologize for the insensitiveness of my beautiful bride.
I was kind of going after like Tommy and them because poor Tommy, they don't have power either. They haven't had power for what, 3 days now?
For all of our Mississippi people.
All of you who don't have power.
It's too soon, Robin. Too soon.
I wasn't the only one that asked it. 2 families said, was that a rolling power outage?
Yes, it was. You know what? I'm not even going to play into y'all's meanness tonight. Y'all are just being grade A mean.
Nice people. All. What is up, y'all?
What a day. What a day.
Ooh, what a week.
What a day. 6 and a wake up.
6 and a wake up. Oh, man.
6 and a wake up.
A friend in Texas had no power for 7 days. Wow. Yeah, Texas is definitely realizing how bad their power grid is really set up.
Okay, you guys, since we had some technical difficulties, if our moderators could please share out that we are live, that we did make it live.
We'd appreciate it.
We'd appreciate it. Go ahead and post it in the Nation. Any other groups on Facebook would be very much appreciated. Whew. And guys, while you're in here, while we're kind of giving everybody some time, go ahead and let's smash that thumbs up button, please.
Yeah, go ahead before we get to the meat and potatoes.
I don't even know what the meat and potatoes are for this week. I apologize. We're completely unprepared. We are not prepared for tonight's live stream. This is a primal definition of, hey, let's wing it.
I mean, we've done it for years, winging it. It's just recently.
Wow.
It's just recently that we started going to a structure.
Right on the bus we go.
No, I'm just saying.
No, you just kicked us in the ass. Whatever me.
Whatever.
You know what? You should be appreciative of me. Your living room is one color now.
Uh-oh. This may be good or bad news.
It's kind of 2.
Okay.
We do need to take a break. Carol is putting the blue barrel on her shoulder, and I guess the weight or something that she felt like she twisted her back.
Okay.
So she's inside putting the wood on the shelf.
Why is she putting wood on the shelf if her back hurts?
I don't know.
Then why aren't you stepping up and doing that for her?
Because I just got done with the goats.
Okay. So where are they at?
Should I tell her?
They're in a turkey coop. Turkeys are locked up in the coop.
It's the only secure
fencing. It's the only secure fencing we have right now. We got it. All right. Thank you, dear. We love you. I noticed. Sorry, y'all. We're having to do 10 different things, and we'll talk about it in just a second. The laundry room, there's still some stuff in there that can be added to those baskets. So if you can do that on your way in, that would be lovely.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So, this week, it's been fun.
Yep. We thought we were moving in a positive direction. Well, we were moving in a positive direction.
We are.
We got the foyer done. Mm-hmm. It's looking aight.
No, it looks pretty good. Whoa, what am I doing?
And got the living room primed and painted.
Yep. Now we just gotta figure out a couch.
Trip H coming back to the homestead to help cut some of these cedars up, so that way we can put the trim and stuff up.
That and
so y'all help us by peer pressuring Trip H Homestead by going to his channel and on every single video
Say, Big Bear needs you.
Put in the comments, Big Bear needs you. Please go to Big Bear Homestead and mill up his cedar for him. Or the next time we'll be back, we will thumbs down every video.
That's mean.
I know, I'm just kidding about the last part. No, I'm not.
I really want Jason to grow his mustache to make it curl up at the end.
Not gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. I'm debating whether or not I take the mustache off.
No. Gotta thin it out, but no.
Let's see. So that got done. But then, as soon as those things got done, the washing machine went wah, wah,
yeah.
wah.
So, washing machine is dizzied.
Yeah. And so, I have a pondering question. There is a YouTube creator out there who posted a video of the exact same washing machine that we have. In the title, it was the exact problem that we were having. And I was like, yes, somebody's lived this before. They've troubleshooted this before.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like a 6-minute video. And I sat down and I watched the 6-minute video all the way to the end. And you know what he was doing with this 6-minute video? He showed the problem. That's it. It took him 6 minutes. He even put more soap back in this granule dishwashing.
Is this somebody we know?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was
don't
like,
I thumbs down the video. I'll be honest. I thumbs down the video, and
that kind of stuff drives me crazy.
it was like his laundry detergent he thought was magical or something because he poured it into the empty washing machine, closed the lid, and then mashed the button again. There were people in the comments saying, "Why did you even put laundry soap in there?" We watched this video to look for a fix. Right. And so I scrolled through probably a couple of hundred comments of people, just bashing him about it. And then one guy finally said, "Hey, it might be this or it's this. Either which way, it was like the motherboard.
Both of them.
It was the motherboard and the locking mechanism." Yeah. And so, and of course, thank you, COVID. It's going to be forever before we're able to get these Chinese parts here. So we are currently looking on Craigslist and Marketplace to see if we can just get...
We need to get a new
get a cheap washing machine until we can save up to go get a whole new set. And we want to get the stackable set because, I mean, let's be honest. Carol's got, 4 years left here? 4 or 5?
That would make her 20.
Yeah. And then she's already talking about going to a manual.
Oh, okay.
And so I figured she's going to be there for a while until she can get what she needs to transfer to UGA or wherever it is that she goes. So she'll be around probably until she's in her 20s. But then after that, Ladessa's going to be right behind her, and then it's just going to be our laundry.
Well, but to be fair, this washing machine is the second one we've had since we've lived here in 7 years. That dryer is the original dryer. So, I don't know what's going on with washing machines.
It may be because of maybe our well water is hard or soft or whatever or something like that. We may have to put a filter on it. I don't know.
But 2 washing machines to 1 dryer.
Yeah.
So
that may be that issue.
Wow. Cheryl says, I've had no car for 3 weeks because the parts needed are coming from France and seem to be lost in the sea. That sucks. Ugh.
So, but one of the things... Ooh, girlfriend, you got it hot in here.
I actually turned it off.
One of the things...
Take it off. Sorry. Demonetized.
But what we're going to do with this old washer machine... is I'm going to turn it into an off-grid type.
So Naked Gardener, Sydney, we tried American Home Shield a while back. I don't know if you use them and have better luck, but we had them and it was a ripoff.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
It wasn't what you were paying for.
Yeah.
Or what you were led to believe you were paying for.
They found every which way they could to get out of everything.
Everything that we had. Yeah. So, I don't know. But, so the washing machine went out. So, now we found a local laundromat that is not as far as the one that we used when we first moved here and didn't have the washing machine.
Yeah.
And it's nice because it's a 24-hour one, because the one we had in Hartwell is further away and it has hours, like it shuts down at like 5 o'clock. So so it's nice. I'll be able to go up there. They have Wi-Fi, so I can work, on whatever while I'm doing laundry. So turn it into another plucker.
No, I'm going to turn it into an off-grid type washing machine, so that way if we ever have this type of situation again, we will have the means to be able to not miss a beat.
So, extended warranty. We're pretty sure we had one.
We just can't remember where we bought it from.
We can't track down where we bought it from. And I feel like we've had it for 3 years, which is the typical extended warranty. And so I feel like we're out of... I think that's why I can't find it, is because I think it's already, out of...
Yeah, I don't remember.
So, I don't know. But one thing it did teach us is that...
We need a new fire safe.
From now on, we can't rely on companies to have our stuff on their websites, because a lot of them do keep track of what you have. So... Yeah, we, Sydney, we had horrific experience with them. When we needed them the most was when the heater went out on the house. Yeah. And they're like, sorry, we can't cover it because of whatever it was. Yeah. And so we were like, whatever. So, anyway.
So
we got a Republic when we closed on this new house in January. Heat pump went out Monday. Thank goodness we had the homeowner's warranty. Fixed it for $75. That's good.
And so after that, what did we do the rest of the week? Oh, I got some MDF to build the cross-cut sled for the shop for my table saw. To help me with cutting boards and...
Because we have all of this lumber that was milled, and so now they're in these pretty big pieces, so they need to be cut down, and so it's just going to be safer to cut them, using the cross-cut sled.
Let's see. Then we had company today.
Well, before that.
I thought I wasn't allowed to talk about that.
Well, we're not going to say, we're just going to say that we went.
Okay, well then you say it how you want to say it.
So today was the day we drove up to western Georgia. We went west about almost 2 hours and went and picked out Jason's puppy today. So we sat around and kind of did that for a little while. We will have a video coming out about that, but it won't be out until... So next Saturday, we actually go to get her and bring her home. So the video won't be out until the following week. I wanted to do it all as one progression. So be looking for that at the, middle or whatever of 2 weeks from now. So then we had company today. you totally bypassed the new edition.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
So there was a theme to our thumbnail, and that was all of the things that we've done this week. And the big one was pictures of the goats. And so on, I guess it was like, what, maybe Wednesday, you texted me, and you're like, hey, did you find me a buck yet? And I'm like, no. So I hit up Lauren and was like, hey, still looking for a buck. Do you know of one? And she's like, actually, I do. Let me get with Jason from Cattywampus Acres, and let me see what I can find out for you. So within like minutes, I had these, well, a couple hours, because we had to wait on him to get, I think he had to wake up from work or whatever. And so I get these pictures, I send them to Jason, and like within minutes we had transaction, everything was good to go. And so Friday they went.
Friday.
So Friday they went and picked up the new buck that we
The mean girls needed a boyfriend.
Well, they're old enough to breed. See, our two doelings are not old enough yet to breed. So they're not even a year yet. So we have to wait until they're at least 18 months old. But the benefit of having the Nigerian dwarfs is they cycle every 21 days. The larger goats don't, from what I remember, what I've been told. And so that's another good thing about this particular breed, is that we don't have to, we don't have to wait for them to come into heat, because it's every 21 days. So that's nice. So we got him, because that's what Jason was like, look, we got all these goats sitting around here. If we don't get a buck, we're basically wasting money right now, because they're not doing what they're... And that's something, when you have a homestead, you have to constantly evaluate that stuff, because if your animals are not doing what you ultimately need them to do, then you need to sit and look at that and evaluate it and figure out whether you need to do something to change that, whether it be add animals, take away animals. That's kind of where it's at. So we...
Man, I'm looking majestic tonight. I made it home all right. It's good.
Seriously?
I just wanted to make sure they were home.
So we added the buck, which we have named... Well, we're going to wait for that, because we are going to do a video to introduce y'all to him.
And to the mean girls. Now that the mean girls have... Well, they did somewhat settle in behind, because they've never been behind electric fencing. But they did kind of settle in behind them. But now, this guy... and so we have to kind of work with it all day long.
Hey, TJ, what's up?
And so we're going to reintroduce them, and I'm going to build a mobile goat house to be able to move them around. That's my project for this week.
Cheryl said, shush, Robin. I'm living in denial that my animals need to be useful.
And so that's my project for this week. Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're going to have to do something with the fencing.
No, we just got to put them behind it during the day and monitor it and get it stretched out good and make sure it's not grounded. I mean, we tried to put them back in there, and it was dark, and so we weren't able to check it to see if it was... So,
funny story, we had our company today, and then we were like, oh crap, we moved some things around, so now we can't put the goats back where we had them, so what are we going to do? And of course, in true Big Bear fashion, we think about this 30 minutes before sunset.
Yeah.
And so we didn't realize, because really it seemed like...
Hello, Fullers.
It seemed like today, it was like a light switch. Just like it went from being bright to like
yeah,
really dark really quick. Because we were sitting there, Jason and I were talking for a few minutes, and the next thing I know, I look up and I look out the door, and I'm like, we sent the girls out to round up the goats real quick, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, it is pitch black dark outside. And I was like,
Yeah.
grab the flashlights. We need to go out there and see if we can help, like, see if they need any help. And so we went out there, and it was so funny because LaDessa, bless her heart, she's like, I'm sorry. And Jason's like, why are you sorry? And she's like, we thought we could do it ourselves. And I was like, baby, we only came out here to help you because we noticed it got dark and we didn't want you chasing goats around in the dark. So, we're just out here. We didn't think you needed it. We just figured you could use it.
I don't even know why he's saying that.
He's just, I don't know, but it's still funny. I just made a mobile goat house out of a trailer frame I found in the woods. Oh, that's cool.
So Sydney asked, do I have a particular design?
Yeah, that you're going to use for the goats.
For the goats. And the worst social media platform out there is Pinterest. Because you can go down a rabbit hole.
Even as a man, there's still stuff out there. Like, it's marketed as something that a lot of women use, but there's a lot of information or ideas really out there on Pinterest for whatever you're looking for. And so, Jason was
Oh, because you're here? Yeah, well, you're welcome for your Xbox One.
He's about to say, you're welcome back. Because he's the one that convinced me you needed one.
And, yeah, but I ain't got one.
No, I'm just saying, your birthday's like in a week.
It is, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't want me to get one of those because he can't screen watch.
That sounds like challenge accepted to me.
He does not want this old man
in Crystal
front of all of his little Marine buddies to hand him that backside in modern warfare. He just doesn't want it. He doesn't want it at all. Because he can't screen watch. And but
hey, Heather.
Let's see. Where were we? Oh, the goat house. So I have a couple in mind. One, since they are called the Mean Girls, suit up, boy.
So Cheryl said
I
Pinterest.
was in the middle of a sentence.
I'm sorry.
And so with the goats being the Mean Girls, I thought about trying to maybe design like a mini high school, at least to make the front look like a mini high school. But now that we got the boy and what we're naming him,
McLaren's.
Ooh, yeah, because that's just a square.
We should rename the Mean Girls and name them Lily and Robin, and then Tracy is the one girl, and
Victoria
or somebody. I think maybe we should do How I Met Your Mother, and make it, because you can make it a square or a rectangle and make it McLaren's.
You just completely gave away the name of the boy, but I mean, we could have a crossover episode.
Sorry, yeah, I totally did that, didn't I?
Yep,
Well,
you sure did.
You still haven't seen him. I haven't posted any pictures of him, so
not even hiding it a little bit. I mean, you just want to say what we're going to name next
Barney. Week? We're going to name him Barney Stinson. No, I'm not telling you what we're naming the next. No. Because that is going to be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Speaking of dairy.
So we got Barney Stinson now, and now Barney Stinson has to get trained behind the electric netting. And it's very funny, the Mean Girls, when we put them up tonight, they touched it again a couple of times and got popped. And And so they backed away from it. And then it was very funny. They all kind of did like this half moon around Barney. And then it was like a straight...
peer pressure?
Peer pressure.
Do it.
And so I guess he must have done something and it popped him as him, instead of him going backwards, he might have went forwards
and through it.
Or
Yeah.
through it or something. Mm-hmm. And so we'll have to figure that out tomorrow, how they did that. And so it is what it is. Look, all of these animals, electric fencing is a psychological barrier.
Not
a physical one. And so you have to make it to where they respect it. Mm-hmm. And we just need some time in the daylight to get him in there.
Well, and to properly set it up to make sure that nothing's grounded out or anything.
And
it's hard to do that kind of stuff in the dark. Trust me, we've done it a million times. And it's hard. The saving grace that we have, even if we had not figured it out, the saving grace would have been that we have perimeter fencing. We probably could have left them out and just let them bunk up wherever they decided to chill. But they have found my strawberries and my carrots. Fortunately, the carrots are a root vegetable, so they're just nibbling the tops off. So that's okay. The strawberries, on the other hand, we're going to have strawberry flavored goat if they keep it up. I'm just saying.
No, we're not going to have strawberry.
They've already ripped some of the plugs out of the ground. They're gone.
She acts so tough.
So I'm a little perturbed about that.
We had like 900 plugs.
No, we didn't. We had 100, and some of them had disappeared long before. So I don't know if a pig got a hold of them. So anyway,
we got a whole 2 full beds still.
Yeah. So we're waiting on those to kind of, like right now they're dormant, but that's why you put them in when we do, so that they don't die. Like they've been we've mulched over them, and they were, they're doing fine. And it looks like to me the goats had just barely started nibbling on them. So hopefully that will be good. So
he said he meant to say congratulations about what?
I don't know.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Don't say anything about the name of the dog, or I will drive to... Well, hello there.
What's up, Morgan?
I'll drive to wherever you are and... Just saying.
Yeah. So... Lost dude in
Lost
the house.
dude, what's up? So now we're having to adjust to having a boy on the property, and he's run him around a good couple of times. And... but you're in California, dude.
But now our whole farm smells like
male goat. Yep. On not living in California. Congratulations. I wouldn't dare. So it really does, because we had our company here today, and they even said, they wound down the windows and came onto the property.
Well,
and the
very funny thing about it is they beat us here because we had to go pick out the puppy today. Mm-hmm. And we thought we had it timed correctly to where we would have been back in time. But we weren't. But they beat us here by like 5 or 10 minutes. So I get this polo. And... They're like, oh, we're at your gate. Wait a minute. What is...
There's a pig walking up your driveway.
Do you have the pig? And this this kind of made my chest filled with a little bit of pride at first for this person to think that my animal husbandry and training skills
is so good
that I trained a pig to unlock the gate and open it. And
to come welcome him.
And I know he was saying it as a joke, but it was still, I was like, I wonder if that could happen. Because of all of the daggum rain that we've been having,
First oink was flooded.
Yeah, the cows have been practicing synchronized swimming. I think they're going to try out for the next Olympics.
Yeah.
So we're rooting for a gold.
Yeah.
And
but like all of the pig pens are
a muddy
ridiculous.
mess.
They're really bad. Especially like we walked back to where Han and Pinky
say it.
were.
Just say what it's called.
No, I'm not gonna say that. And we walked back there, and usually it is dry bones, like super dry bones. And we went back there today, and there's got to be 2 or 3 inches of mud.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
But you gotta love them pigs. They still go down into the pond and eat the duckweed. They look like little hippos in there. Mm-hmm. So that's a new thing for me. I did not, I knew duckweed was good, and I know certain animals would eat it. Mm-hmm. But I have never in a million years would I have thought that the pigs
that they would eat it. Yeah, they
love it. Like, it's kind of a little bit scary how much they just
sit out in the pond and wait for it to float by, and they're like hungry
You're hippos. Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Grandma's so happy.
Grandma's so happy. Good day, my buddy from down under. And so, but we moved the smart fence and put Leia and Pinky back behind it, and so that way they can kind of relax and chill.
Of course, the very first minute that we put them in there,
Leia just got, you guys, if you're in the nation, you saw her birth, mm-hmm. and it's been probably the 8 or 9 weeks, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit longer.
They're like 3 months old.
Yeah.
So a little bit.
So a little bit.
Yeah. Longer.
And so I knew it was time, mm-hmm. and she had to get away from the piglets.
We were just holding out because she wasn't like losing weight nursing them. Like, she was doing okay nursing them, and so obviously the longer you can keep them kind of...
The healthier they'll be.
And her not looking poor, as long as she's not struggling, it's okay, and so we knew, November 11th is when they were born. Yeah. So we knew they were about 3 months old.
They're a
little over 3 months old, and so we, They're looking good. I mean, they're in good shape.
Yeah, there's a couple ones that our company today they bought 3, mm-hmm. and they got one of the ones that was kind of he was
squat. Yeah,
she was squat because they got all girls.
Hello, Dee.
Hello, Dee.
So they. They were like covered in mud, and so it was really cool to see everybody kind of jump in. If I had rubber boots, I'd have gone in there, but I wear my boots to work. Like, I wear them everywhere, so if I had gotten mine really messy, it would have been bad. So
our company, their kids, they all and
Carol.
Well, I mean, is it really going to ruin it if we say who our company was?
No.
Okay, so it was the Hollers. The Hollers came down and got a pig, and they did a bunch of videoing. So there's going to be a video.
Yeah, they'll put a video out. We're going to have one.
But they come down with, and that's what I love about having homesteading friends, close friends like that, because they came down with their rubber boots and everything, and they. Ben jumped right in, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, what happened is I think he thought that we were just going to grab the 3 mm-hmm. and put them over there. And because of how big they are at this point, because they really have grown a lot probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like, they've put on some weight. And so I think what happened is because we were putting them over the fence... and they were as heavy as they were, Carol was having a hard time just with leverage and how much they weighed to get them on the other side of the fence without dropping them. And so I think when Ben realized we were going to be moving all of them, he was like, oh, okay. So he went in there and started, and it was funny because Carol finally figured out that if she got them down to the muddy side, it was easier to catch them because they were just as slow as she was at that point. It was more level playing ground. So she went down in there and they started grabbing legs and wheelbarrowing them, over, and then they
up and over.
Ben just kind of helped and pulled them over because he's a little bit taller and can put them over there without them getting tossed.
So we hung out with them this afternoon and had a wonderful time.
Yeah, walked over the property a little bit.
I got to love on that baby.
Yep, she's adorable.
And,
as hard as it was for me, I refrained from touching said baby because I get exposed to so many people, and because at least this is the way I think, I feel like my immune system's pretty high, so there could be a possibility that I could get something and not realize that I was carrying it around, and I would never forgive myself even if I gave that baby the sniffles. I would feel really bad. But I was just like,
she is the cutest little thing,
very well behaved,
and her and I we had a moment or two, and she has the cutest little giggle.
Yeah, she's like 6 months old, I think they were saying, so she's definitely got that little giggle thing going.
I was holding her and I was doing this number, and she would get to giggling. And
the best part about that was later we're sitting around talking and she spit up, and they were talking about she spits up a lot.
I look over at Ben and I'm like, you just wait for her.
You're just gonna let her spew on me? He's like, well, to be fair, he's like, to be fair, we wanted to make sure that, or we knew that she hadn't eaten. So normally she does it very soon after she eats. So he was like, so I didn't think she was gonna do that.
Yeah, I held her a couple of times and she was so funny because she put her little head on my shoulder and she was acting like she was getting ready to go to sleep, and then Ben walked by. She real quick got up off my shoulder and I'm like, it's okay, we won't tell him that I got a good shoulder.
Yeah, she was all passed out practically on his shoulder, and Ben walked by and she's like, I'm not enjoying the shoulder at all. Nope. It was funny.
And so it was fun to visit and hang out with them because we have not seen them in a while.
Yeah.
And so they walked all over the place with us because they've been here a couple of times before.
Just once before.
And it was before they
had decided where they were going to move.
Yeah. And so,
which is crazy because the property looks so much different now.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they said, that we've done so much.
Yeah.
And so it was great hanging out with them and being able to help them with their road to sustainability and self-sufficiency by supplying them. Mm-hmm. Having being blessed, God blessed us with that.
Well, to have the ability to do that, because that was something we were talking about after they left. We were like, something that's really cool is we've now helped 3 different families put food on their homestead, and that was actually kind of cool. Thinking about that, we were like, wait a minute.
And it wasn't shortly after that, we got a phone call from another Homestead family.
Yeah.
And they want to come up and buy 2 of the older ones.
Yeah.
From us, and they want to make a weekend out of it and butcher their 2 here, and even help us butcher another one for us. Uh-huh. And so that's going to be happening here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So it's really the original game plan for us while, when we started our YouTube channel and really started doing this, was to help people become more self-reliant and more self-sufficient, so that way they didn't have to rely on a broken food system, and to educate people about how broken our food system is actually starting to come
to the forefront,
to fruition. I mean, we held our first chicken butchering class where Naturally NC was there, Doc was there, so we had a couple people from that, and then we were able to sell some pigs to go to the hollers and then to
Deanna.
Well, that was Deanna's Christmas present.
Well, we gave it,
but
Delightful Cottage.
Delightful Cottage. And so that's really exciting to be able
How many pigs do we have left? I feel like we're about to have more.
Well, we've got 3 left from Leia's litter. We have 6 from Pinky's last litter.
Yeah, but they're pretty decent size now.
Yeah, and
They're
they're all
big.
for sale. So definitely. Definitely. If you guys are close, you know, we've had people drive 3-4 hours, and you're looking for pigs.
Yeah,
Hit us up because we have them.
we still have some.
We still have some for sale, and I think Pinky may be pregnant again. I think Han got her doing when we put them all together because of all of this
Weather,
and we didn't pull her out right away. She's been back there with him for a couple of months. I think he got her, and so. But
they're like, it's been like 6 months since they've been born.
Yeah.
Or like 5 months. It's been a while.
It's been since September.
September?
Because that's when we had to get together. And that's when I noticed, because me and Nathan were coming back from the back when we were talking about mushrooms, and I happened to catch a glimpse of her out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, does she have bags?
Yeah. So 5-ish months. So it's been a good bit. So are they trained on hot wire? Not yet.
Which ones are not trained on hot wire?
The piglets.
The Leia's pigs are being trained as we speak.
Yeah, we put them on. Yeah.
But the older ones, no.
Give me a year, Jason, and I'll be over. In a year, I'm sure we will have more.
We'll have plenty more.
Oh no. I lucked out this week. Negative temps and 2 of my ewes started showing signs of giving birth, but thankfully it's warming up. Yeah. That's always stressful. You know, that's one thing to keep in mind. Like, you know, we were talking about this. One of the great things about YouTube is when we were first coming up with our, you know, first starting our journey, there wasn't a lot of information out there.
There was no information out there unless you went to the live. That's why we strongly, when people ask us to recommend a book, the very first book we always recommend is John Seymour's A Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It. Because when we started, I mean, in all intents and purposes, we were the very first that we know of. We were the very first homesteading channel on YouTube, and there was no channels out there about. It
was consistently like that's what the whole channel was about. It's always been that.
There was no videos out there about pigs or milking cows or taking care of cows and doing this, and so. I mean, it's come a very long way in 10 years. Now, you can get any information that you want, but we had to get our foundation from John Seymour's book and just the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And...
Well, what I was going to say is that with that, you know, now there's so much information out there for YouTube, on YouTube, and... There are some channels that will show you the bad stuff. They will show you, you know, the certain things that are a little bit more difficult. But a good portion of them don't. They show you the happiness and all the great stuff that comes along. And sometimes there's some stuff that's not, you know...
Well, I don't necessarily even... care about that. There's the point is that you never stop learning. Like when I went with my trip to Arkansas, I went down there and was hanging out with Jeremiah, and I learned something about how something that he does, a trick that he does with his mangalitzas, right? That's how you call them.
Yeah.
With how he extends his ground wire to make it have more of a pop, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Morgan, you're one of the ones I was talking about. There are channels out there that do talk about the bad stuff, but there's a lot that kind of give you the overview. The what I like to call the I don't have the word for it right now. What's the thing that you want that hovers over and takes film?
Drone.
Yeah. Like the drone view of how things are. And so why I was saying that is there are going to be things like really, really cold weather and having ewes that are about to go into, into birthing, and there's tough stuff like that comes along. And so, it can be a
well, I mean, just like any bit of information, whether you go on Wikipedia or like that, you got to do your due diligence with it. We are not the know all, say all on any subject. I don't even claim to be an expert when it comes to predator control. Because the moment you think you know that there is everything, that you know everything there is to know about a predator, you're going to have one that says, okay, hold my beer.
Hold my beer, yeah.
And so each day is a learning experience, and I always feel like I always kick the door open to learn something. Like the way that Jeremiah extended that, I'd never seen that done before. And I asked him, I said, okay, why you got like 7 ground rods here? And he explained it to me. And so I was like, And I just looked at him dead in his face and said, I'm taking that back with me to my homestead. And of course, he's like, I don't care. And I said, I'm just letting you know, I'm taking it back with me. You and all your Hollywoodness just taught me something.
So Mama Grows says, do you ever want to do sheep? I'll get back to the due west thing in a second. We actually have sheep. We only have 2. But we want to get rid of the 2 that we have that are merinos. We do not want to do sheep for fiber. We are not set up for fiber here in this area. Finding a shearer that will come will not.
Yeah. And the one that we know that's in this area, I don't have a good working relationship with him.
Yeah. The yellow jackets in the ceiling. Exactly. When you're talking about, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
And like what Blaze is saying, we had a job one time where we were called out for bees. And we went to go, do what we do because they were up in a ceiling.
Yeah, we didn't suit up or anything because it was honeybees, and we pulled the stuff back
Fascia
and we were
board
like,
or whatever.
Uh-oh.
This is bad. Because for those of you that don't know, yellow jackets 9.9 times out of 10, they go down in the ground. So, dang, merinos in Georgia. No, believe it or not, they did fine in Georgia. As a matter of fact,
GDP.
They have more than 1 year's worth of coat on them right now because we couldn't find somebody to shear them last year.
Yeah,
and they've
because
been
our shearer
fine.
left.
They've been fine. But we want to get out of that because there's not a market for the wool here because we're in Georgia. So, and 2, we don't have a reliable way to shear them if you just have 2.
Yeah.
So we're looking into katahdins so that we can have a meat, we can have lamb and stuff like that. Real quick, somebody asked about the salve. The salve is actually made for pain. So, yes, it does work for pain. Just depends on what kind of pain you got. I use it for my arthritis, and it helps me. But it's because it has CBD oil in it. And the CBD oil that we get comes from Due West, which the link is in the chat there. They are friends of ours that they grow it, harvest it, do everything by hand, and then they have it, processed, and then they
have it processed.
They have it processed locally, and then they bottle it up and sell it, and it works pretty well. Well, not pretty well.
From fuller to fullest. Yeah, we've reached out to everybody. We've reached out to the homesteaders in the YouTube community that, the ones that spin the yarn and do all of that, and we've offered the standard half and half, thing. What is it? You keep a pound, spin a pound, or something.
Spin a pound, save a pound or something like that.
Yeah. And we did it one time, and we still haven't. It was years ago, and I don't even remember who we did it with, but we've never seen it. Our wool never came back. So I'm just kind of, once the ram died from the rattlesnake bite, it would kind of, well, we assume it was rattlesnake. It could have been a copperhead or something else. We've been in the market for another ram.
Just couldn't. Yeah.
One of the problems with our area is people want to sell you a used popsicle stick for $30 and expect you to buy it, and then when you turn around and try to sell something, they want to buy your gold for a penny.
Hey, Mel. They're down in, that's a quail.
Yeah.
Down in, So,
and
down
so
in Hawaii.
We're going to harvest these merinos because our dogs are on the raw diet, and so we're just going to take this mutton
and process it out.
Process it out for the dogs. And then we're going to just shop around and get us, we're not going to rush into it, but we're going to get the Katahdins, and then
Well, we'll do like we did the goats. Start with a couple and then add a couple more and kind of go from there. So, St. Croix. See, a lot of those I don't even know. So, as far as the different sheep breeds, think of all the things you can do with popsicle sticks, though.
Yeah, but I'm not paying $30 for one popsicle stick.
No, look, what he's really trying to say is they like to sell polished turds for gold prices. So, will you try and tan the sheep hide?
Probably not. I'm probably just going to cut it up and I'll probably, since I'll skin it off and then I'll shear the wool off with the shears that we got, so it'll be nice and easy. And then all of that will just go into bags for to sell for trappers.
So that was one thing that they were saying about I think Darren was saying about the temperatures. He would have thought that it would have led to like flies and skin issues. I feel like by letting them free range and graze and do all of the stuff, and we have so many different things on our property, I think that they've never had any issues. No parasites, nothing. So, we weren't...
Because when we had 3, we did have, like I said, we did have that one guy that would come and shear. And we'd have to pay out in the nose. And, and Blaze even worked as an apprentice for him for some time to get the experience. And then once Blaze got the experience, we bought him we bought him a cheap set of shears. And for him to do ours, and then try to start to get his feet wet. But Blaze couldn't really strum up the business, so it kind of went to the wayside. and so, but it is what it is. That guy was always commenting about how good our crimp was and how good everything was, and.
We're supposed to be bred back in June when we got them. We knew they'd be a late birth, October, but apparently 2 weren't prego. I left the ram in there thinking they were bred. Ugh. It happens, Katie asked, she said, can you guys keep me in your prayers and thoughts? I'm having surgery on Wednesday and it's a 4-month recovery. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And why don't we harvest the mutton for ourselves? She prefer it to lamb. Robin does not like it. Robin doesn't like it. It's not one of my most favorite things either. Maybe we're not cooking it right. maybe Homestead in the Highlands.
If you say haggis, I will throw up.
Maybe you should do a video. I wasn't going to say that word. I know better.
Do not encourage Cheryl to make a cooking video.
You should.
My heart can't handle that.
You should do a cooking video on how you prepare your mutton.
Hello, Sunny's Place.
And with chips. And I really want to watch you cook chips again.
No. No.
You know, every time that we're making her chips this week. And if you want to film it, we can film it. But we're not going to do it like she did it.
No, because if I put as much oil in that she did, we will burn the house down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Darren, you're getting ready to move close to me. You don't. Stop!
Why you think you threw? I don't even understand why you're getting upset. You threw that out there. You know this group of people. You know this. I mean, Josh didn't stop last time till you went outside and blew chunks.
Anyway, so.
That's your own son now.
Okay. Noted. You're an... He must be drinking.
Must be.
Because that's the only way I would figure that he would be trying to push my buttons right now. Just saying.
Well, I mean, he does not realize the amount of baby things that it's going to start to show up on his Facebook wall because he tried to save him. But he wanted to push the button, so...
Believe it or not, Blaze, we've actually, you will not be allowed on my property, Darren. I'm just telling you right now.
I would like to try it, but I don't know if I would like it. I don't know if I could mentally get past it, but I think I would like to try it once.
Like, I can feel it, like, right here. We actually grew spearmint this year, Blaze, and... it's not as strong as the oil or like, you know, having 3 of your children chewing spearmint gum in your car with all the windows closed. So, I've actually kind of desensitized myself a little bit to it as long as it's not super strong in the room. You're killing me, Cheryl. I haven't had dinner yet, y'all. And like, y'all are making it worse. And the baby stuff was adorable. It was adorable. Sherry.
See, and I think that's one of the things that we probably just need to not tell Robin what it is until she tastes it, and then to see what she says. Because I'm right there with Naturally ANC. I don't know if I would want to eat a sheep's stomach with all the other stuff shoved in there. What is it, like kidneys?
Jason, I swear to God, stop.
What? I don't even know what a neep is. Do you know what a neep is?
Yes. That's turnips or the root vegetables.
The root vegetables, yes.
Rutabagas or turnips or something. Just got done with shepherd's pie. Yep. Yeah, I knew pull-ups were still there because when he went in last year, he had to do those to... That was part of his POT.
Well, they're changing things constantly in there. It's not the same Marine Corps, but you know what? It wasn't the same Marine Corps when I went in for my dad either, so it is what it is. But...
So anyway, what do we have planned for this week?
Well, I'm going to... What did I say I was... Oh, the... I'm going to make the goat house, the movable goat house. And I'm going to try to sand down, since I'm out of Cedar Trip H.
He might not even be in here anymore. He might have left.
Yeah. I'm going to have to sand down those CD cabinets and stain them.
Stain them, yeah.
And then try to build that long shelf for the DVD player and your knickknacks and stuff. I mean, do you want to put the beaver on top of that thing?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't even want to know what that is. I don't even. Don't tell me. Nor for me, Jason. My dad's DI is actually No, it's it's definitely a different.
So there's those kind of things that I want to get done. I want to get done the crosscut sled, and I actually have gotten kind of inspired by Ben Holler. Here of late, I've been checking out their channel again and watching them when I get the time, like when I'm sitting down at the stinking VA waiting on stuff. I've been catching up on 6 and a Wake Up. I've been catching up, but I've really kind of been inspired by the way that how they're, and then talking with them today, how they've been doing it with their videos, and so I'm gonna try and start filming like he does,
filming the way that they do,
and to see that way we can share with you, because we got so much stuff going on, and I gotta to develop the discipline of grabbing a stinking GoPro.
I even brought it out of here and put it in the house.
You're awesome. I'm a loser.
I know.
But, yeah. So
anyway. But, so we got that going on, and we get to go get the puppy next Saturday.
We will have a guest next Saturday.
Yep, Saturday night we will definitely have a guest. Oh, and don't even, Mom, you literally eat liverwurst.
You do.
But I don't know what's in that, and please don't ruin that for me. I don't look at the ingredients. I don't research what's made from it or what it's made from. I don't want to know. But yes, I do eat liverwurst every once in a while. Just saying.
How can you not know what's in liverwurst? It's in the name. It's the one.
I don't want to know. Don't ruin it for me.
Will you let me finish?
No.
It's not going to ruin it for you. It's a funny. It's the worst part of the liver. Liver worst.
Okay. It's the worst. You and him think exactly the same.
Yeah, but he has free range because he gets the tight.
He's like, really? Liver worst. Yeah, so. If you eat liver, you can eat haggis, and you'd like it too.
Now, see, we like Scrabble.
Well, I'm not as crazy about Scrapple as you are. But, I mean, I can eat it,
yeah.
but...
I really wish I Wear Aprons was still... still in business and working that, because...
Yeah. She made some of the best
sausage. They made some of the best sausage and Scrabble and ring bologna.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, you know what? Crystal, I might have to hit you up for a care package.
How are you going to send that so it doesn't go bad?
The way
that the post office is doing things right now. I knew you were going to say something, you little butt face. Scrapple. He's being a butt.
Yeah.
Head cheese.
See, we made our own head cheese, and it did not turn out well. I think Blaze liked it, and if memory serves me correctly, I was okay with it.
So Scrapple is... it's the meat, and they add a little bit of, like, isn't it cornmeal that they add to it to thicken it up?
Mm-hmm.
and turn it into, it's like they make it into like almost like a Spam looking kind of form, and then chop it up and you can fry it.
Yeah, like, Chris, I think I'm going to give you a list that way when you guys come down to visit that you have to have or you're not going to be allowed on the property. Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer is definitely on that list. Mm-hmm. Some good Scrabble.
It used to be Tasty Cakes, but now Tasty Cakes is
are
gone
everywhere.
all over.
Yeah,
like 10 years ago it was Tasty Cakes, but pressed tongue. We've had beef tongue. I don't mind beef tongue.
Yeah, we
beef
press
tongue
it
is good.
down all the time when we're cooking it.
Yeah. Okay, head cheese clearly has a different meaning over there. And if you're thinking of brain, then...
Wasn't that poop on a shingle?
It's literally face jelly. I don't know if I messed it up, but I was not a fan.
I thought you said you liked it.
I don't know. Scrapple was like hot dogs.
And one of the things... Okay, we have like 2 major goals for 2021. One is by December 31st, Robin's able to hand in her notice and for her to be home full time. The second one is for me to have a cold room. Mm-hmm. I would really like to be able to have that goal come true and be able to build a cold room and get another, and start to build my processing area that I want. And start to invest in the processing equipment and stuff that we need. But a cold room or a walk-in refrigerator, freezer combo is definitely on the list. And they're not really that expensive. I mean, we're talking $5 or $6 grand, but I was thinking that they would be a whole lot more than that. And try to get some that we can just run on. Major goals. To be able to run on propane, so that way it would cut that cost down in keeping the things going and stuff in there. Mm-hmm. Because I really want to get into processing my own cow. And then I want to make my own hot dogs, and I want to make my own link sausage and stuff like that. I really enjoy, especially with Carol. Blaze was good behind the knife, but his sister...
Carol is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
With a butchering knife, with a filleting knife, and all of that stuff.
I don't know if she just hung out with Blaze when Blaze was doing it, and Blaze taught her everything.
And she just
took it upon herself to get better. But she is...
Yeah. She is the one...
Yeah, excuse me.
She's the one that now is the one that does the kill cones with the chickens. Because she's really, she knows exactly where to get it and nick it. And she's now with the pork, she went and kind of... That's because she's a psycho. Oh, yeah, well,
Well, she helped take apart that last pig. Mm-hmm. And she was...
pretty efficient with it and did pretty good. Darren asked, have you looked at the air conditioner powered ones? Yeah, that's what we're looking at. It's like with a cool bot and be able to just build it and put the cool bot in there with like a window unit. Yeah. I know a thing or two about knives. Yeah, we need to get... Would Carol be interested in tanning skins? I can recommend an Instagram page for it. I don't know that she's really interested in that part of it yet. But she's definitely been very helpful with, like basically like taking the femur out of the bone, out of the hams the...
And she has a pretty good teacher to be able to learn how to tan hides.
Yeah.
Right at her fingertips, I think.
Well, maybe like for ideas after it's tanned or something like that. You never know. So, anyway.
Okay, guys. Well, we've been on a little over an hour and 15 minutes. We're coming up on, and like Robin said earlier, we haven't even had dinner yet, and so we're gonna call it a little bit earlier tonight. I know we usually run about an hour and a half, but we're gonna go ahead and actually try to bounce out of here because we're both yawning.
Obviously, and I still need to go to the laundromat. But
our day started at like 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And so
I may just get up really early tomorrow and go to the laundromat.
It's fine too.
When I'm mad at my hubs, he hides my knives from me. Can't understand why. Carol will be the same way. So, all right.
Is there a way to remove the vein from a chicken leg? Yes.
So the way that we process our birds, they have a chance to bleed out, and so a lot of that is gone before we even start to cut them up, because most of that's bled out. With you hanging them upside down, it's rushing from the feet up to the head, so we don't really deal with a lot of that blood vein in the chicken leg. I haven't noticed any. We'll have to the next time we do. We had chicken today with the hollers. We had fried chicken nuggets, and that was from our chickens, and they were fantastic. So I'm excited about that. But all right,
guys. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Don't forget, next week we're going to have a very special guest with us during the live stream. We're super excited about that.
she might be a hog for attention though, so.
And it'll be all right. And we're going to do our best to try to get some videos out this week. Also, we have a TikTok page.
We've had a TikTok. Jason just didn't know about it.
And Carol is on that. So if you guys could do me a solid, the 24th is Carol's birthday. So if y'all could go give her some love on the TikTok, I would appreciate it. Go watch them, thumbs them up, or whatever it is that you do on the TikTok.
Yeah, she will definitely enjoy that because she gets all the notifications for that. Wait, I'm not coming?
Nope.
For what?
I don't know. I guess he's intoxicated. I don't know. And
hey, it's Eli from Single Dad Homestead.
well, hello, Eli.
Is that his?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
And
how are you, Eli?
Also, we on Carol's birthday on the 24th we celebrate.
Oh wait, I'm not coming. I gotcha.
We also celebrate. You're on your own. Get out of my house day.
No, we celebrate Terrified. Terrified Marine phone call day.
This is recruit Blake. This is recruit Blake.
Please do not say that.
And then on March 24th, we will celebrate opening up.
Very special guest next week. Gotcha.
On March 24th, we will celebrate the opening up birthday cards with glitter in it in front of your drill instructor day. So it's one of my new favorite holidays.
Yep.
So there's that. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And like I said, we're going to try to put some videos out this week for you guys. And next week, we're going to have a special guest. And so Robin and I always want you to remind you to plant smiles.
Grow giggles.
And harvest the love, baby. Yeah. Recycle, reuse, repurpose. Keep stuff out of that landfill. Give our wildlife a chance. And be kind to one another. And we will see you guys next week.
Good night, y'all.
God bless.